going to go in the future. And you certainly have been a future-oriented internal auditor. Well, how do you think we've changed the last 30 years? You know, it's 2021 now, we're in a pandemic, but the profession, where do you think we are, and what do we need to improve on?
Well, sure. You know, if you look back 30 years, 1991, that was the 50th anniversary of the Institute of Internal Auditors.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And there were about 42,000 members globally in the Institute of Internal Auditors. If you look today, we have about 200,000. So we have grown exponentially in that 30-year period of time. When I reflect back on internal auditing, though, I was in my third year as being a chief auditor in the airline industry. I spent more than 25 years as a chief auditor. Cool. And the world changed dramatically. At that point in time, not even all of my staff had laptops to use.
Yes.
Work that they'd performed. And so getting data was extremely difficult. And, we used words like statistical sampling. And we went out and tried to obtain data in that particular fashion. Sure. And the staff that I had were all experienced staff. Even my entry-level people had 5, 8, 10 years of experience. Wow. Because we could afford to hire them. We wanted to leverage their experience. We didn't have large staffs in those days. And, then I looked, to the time that I retired in 2013, getting data was extremely important. We would walk into audit opening conferences, and because of our data analytics, we would be able to tell people preliminary findings on the audit.
Sure.
Because
wow.
we had already gone through the data, we had already been able to assemble preliminary findings, and so tremendous changes, as well as the changes that we had. We probably, in my 25 years as chief auditor, we probably reinvented ourselves 5 or 6 times. Wow. In terms of the types of people we hired, the types of auditing that we did, the way that we were impacted by the process.
Sure.
So, I think we're light years ahead of where we were back then. In fact, airlines, your favorite subject, airlines, electronic tickets weren't even in existence in 1990.
Wow, yes.
So, and today, no one would even think about going to an airport and buying a paper ticket.
Exactly.
But the world has changed, and that is part of that has been driven by the technology, and I really do think that's what's made a huge difference today.
Sure. Take our audience to 2051 now. Use that crystal ball of yours and.
Well, 2051, we think we've come, massive amounts from in the last 30 years. But the way technology has exploded today, you can hardly even imagine what it's going to be like. I can tell you that the world of internal auditing, I think, is going to be dramatically different. First of all, who knows? I think we're going to have smaller internal audit staffs in 2051.
Really?
And the reason that is because of artificial intelligence. Sure. I really think a lot of the routine things that internal auditors spend their time today, we're going to make it into a robotic process.
Yes.
So I really think in 2051, we're going to be, much as business is going to be in 2051, I really do think that businesses are going to be getting information almost instantaneously. Yes. And because of that, I think internal auditors are going to have to be not the internal control specialists, they're going to have to be the business insight experts. We're going to have to really be on the forefront of being able to obtain that data, interpret that data, and provide almost instantaneous feedback to management, which I think is going to also change the types of people that we hire. The day of being the bean counters, I think, is really going to be over for internal auditors.
Yes.
We cannot provide insightful information in a quick and an expeditious fashion to management. I think by 2051, the internal audit function will be obsolete if it doesn't do that.